The development of railroads in Alaska. This lesson will look at the various railroads that were built in Alaska from the 1890s through the 1930s. Alaskans look to railroads. Railroads, providing relatively low-cost, versatile, and rapid transportation, opened the American West in the 19th century. Those railroads had an impact on Alaska, and it was only natural for Alaskans to look to railroads to open up the territory where they lived and sought their fortunes. The first important railroad in Alaska's history was the White Pass Railroad. The gold rush to Dawson led to the construction of the White Pass Railroad from Skagway, Alaska to Whitehorse, Canada. Begun in May of 1898, it was completed in July of 1900 and continues to operate to this day. The Copper River and Northwest Railroad. The discovery of rich copper deposits in the interior necessitated the construction of a railroad to export ore. The final railroad ran from Cordova to the Kennecott Mine. Track was laid to Teakle River at mile 101.25 by December of 1908. Rails reached Chitina by September of 1910. East of Chitina, the Kuskulana River was crossed in the winter of 1910 with a 550-foot-long bridge, 228 feet above the floor of the river gorge. To the south, the Million Dollar Bridge at mile 49, begun April 1, 1909, was completed when the last bolt driven home on May 16, 1910. The bridge was reported to have cost a total of $1.5 million to build. In 1911, the 196-mile Copper River Northwestern Railroad linked Cordova to the Syndicate's copper mines near Kennecott Glacier. The last spike, copper, not the usual gold, was driven March 29. Between 1911 and 1938, when railway services ended, nearly 600,000 tons of copper ore and 9 million ounces of silver were mined at the Kennecott railhead and carried south by the Copper River Northwestern Railroad. In 1912, the U.S. Congress passed the Second Organic Act, which created Alaska's first legislature. Another important section of the law created an Alaska Railroad Commission to investigate the railroad situation in Alaska. On March 12, 1914, President Wilson signed a bill into law that authorized a government-built Alaska Railroad. The president was to select one or more routes from ice-free ports to interior Alaska. Construction could include a total of 1,000 miles of track. Costs could not exceed $35 million. In April of 1915, President Wilson announced his choice of a route. The Alaska Railroad would run from Seward to the Tanana River with a spur to coal fields in the valley of Matanuska River. He directed the Alaska Engineering Commission to construct the railroad. The railroad was to follow previously built track across the Kenai Peninsula to Cook Inlet, near Anchorage. From there it would go through the Susitna River Valley and Broad Pass, then turn east to follow the Nenana and Tanana rivers to Fairbanks. And you can see here a map of where this railroad begins down in Seward, goes near Anchorage, through the valley, and north to Fairbanks. Construction of the Alaska Railroad proceeded north of Anchorage and also south from Fairbanks. By the summer of 1919, the railroad extended north from Seward to Talkeetna and south from Fairbanks to Healy. The rails finally joined at McKinley Station. Some permanent bridge work remained to be done, and it was not until February of 1923 that a rail bridge across the Tanana River was completed at a cost of $1.3 million. Reflection questions to add to your notes. Number 1, what led to the development of railroads in Alaska? And number 2, speculate. How did railroads change the territory of Alaska? If you would like more information, you can visit the website listed to find out about railroad construction in Alaska.